And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The confidence coming in from O'Reilly there, only preparing for 3 matches. But he is going to play game number 5 right here tonight. This is going to be the final round to determine the champion of GPL winter season. And we are into picks and bans right here.
The crowd going wild for Officer Caitlin here. So we are into picks and bans, and it seems that once again Azubu Taipei Assassins isn't going to give wins at all, the Lee Sin or the Vi pick, and this time they're banning out the Sivir for their final ban coming into the final game of game number 5. Let's see if TPS will ban out the Leona. There we have it, 1 point to Hallelujah. He gets that one right. Jay's Leona has been a very strong pick coming into those few games there, and very impactful indeed.
Right, and in game number 5, my question is, are we going to see any surprise pickups? Because I think between you and me, we have both discussed this before. Both teams have some kind and some form of pocket picks in their own arsenal as well. So looks like for the very first part, they're still going to stick to the standard gameplay here.
What I personally would like to see out from Wins is the game that he played Nocturne against New Lucian Esports Full Lewis. When he played Nocturne that game, he went 7, 3, and 10, and the global presence that he got from Paranoia was impeccable that game. So taking away Lee Sin, taking away Vi, and first picking Elise removes all the comfort junglers coming in from Wins himself. So let's kind of take a look at how Azubu Taipei Snipers is going to react to this, because TPA has decided to pick up Annie as well as Ziggs in the support as well in the mid lane.
Right, even though Ziggs is a very common mid lane and a very powerful mid lane pick now, I would say it's something new coming in for Taipei Assassins, because if you look at the match history and their pick history, we have not seen Morning on Ziggs before.
You know, I actually have to comment something, because I just remembered the Olaf pick coming out from Azubu Taipei Snipers, but more importantly Morning, because when he picked his Fizz in game number 3, I was extremely excited, and reason being is because he went 5, 0, and 11 on his one and only Fizz play in the entire GPL. So it was quite surprising to me that he didn't do all too well. So he's kind of going to change things up. He always picked Fizz into Gragas this time, and he realized in game 3 and in game 4 that it didn't work. So hence, switching up to Ziggs, I like this choice. You're not performing. And there we have it, the crowd cheers coming in as BB locks in Ezreal, and there he says it in the video in itself. Game number 5, it reached, I'm gonna play my favorite and most powerful champion, go over power level 9000 and pick that Ezreal coming in.
And the best thing about BB picking Ezreal is that he has his own skin. TPA Ezreal is named after him. So are we gonna see that skin? We're not gonna find out until we hit the loading screen. There we have the Jax pickup. The Jinx pickup coming in from Taipei Snipers. Got JJ on fire.
I have something to say to this Jinx pickup. In their quarterfinal match, if I'm not mistaken, no, in the group stages actually, against the Hong Kong Attitude, got JJ got a pentakill, I believe, or yes, a delayed pentakill on Jinx. His Jinx went 15, 4, and 11. So seeing that Jinx pick up in the final game up against BB's favorite champion, this is going to be an exciting bot lane matchup.
And exciting is just an understatement. I am just like Jinx now. I'm getting excited for game number 5. You know, we get to see Ezreal, we get to see Jinx, and you know what was the best part? It's almost like both teams, they're just toying around with the crowd's emotions. They left the marksman champion that picked for last, and we get to see Ezreal, we get to see Jinx, and let's see.
It's going to be the first time you're seeing these two champions in this best of 5 series in itself. So let's take a look at how these team compositions are going to interact with one another. And let's go into game number 5 very shortly as we head into the loading screen. So what do you think about these two team comps coming in?
Well, team comps wise, Taipei Snipers, they definitely have a very solid chasing team composition. Look at it this way, Shyvana and Olaf, this two powerhouse pack, just jump in for the kill. Taipei Assassins, a bit more well-rounded, but overall, they still have a lot of AoE burst coming in from Annie as well as Ziggs. And then for Jax, at least you can have that pickup potential. That's gonna just round off that composition by itself. Ezreal, very slippery. We don't have to really explain about that.
The highlights for this game is the fact that there we have it, that cheers coming in for the crowds. It's GPA against TPS. My goodness, look at the crowd cheers. So amazing. We are into game number 5. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. It's me, Wolf, and Chris on the Castles S for this final game to determine who is the winner of the GPL Winter Grand Finals.
And with so many matches in the way, it has been a pleasure casting alongside you.
It's a bit too early to say that because we have one exciting match that's coming in. And I have to say I'm quite disappointed with Vivi. He's not going to wear his own skin, but instead the Pulse Fire Ezreal skin. I've not too many complaints about that one though. The Pulse Fire Ezreal skin, still one of the best skins in the game.
He wants to channel the power of the Pulse Fire there to make sure that they get all the extra energy, the blue energy that they need to pick up the victory here.
That reminds me, I saw a fan art on DeviantArt with the Pulse Fire or with the Pulse Cycle Orianna. That looked so crazy good. So no Orianna this game. It's going to be Aurel on Gragas up against Morning on Ziggs in the mid lane. I'd like to take a look at the summoner spells that he's running. He's running Ghost as well as Flash.
That is entirely new and very, very exciting to see as well. We have not seen that combination for summoner spells for a very, very long time already.
Except on the top lane, Vladimir.
Yeah.
Oh, and Morning.
The crowd cheers for Morning, throwing bombs down onto Aurel. And Aurel has to pot up and...
Morning has definitely something to say in those level 1 fights against his Ziggs. He's like...
Good morning,
against
Aurel.
his Fizz, sorry.
Yes.
It was like, wow.
Good morning, Aurel there.
Alright, so no jungle invades coming in just yet. Both the junglers are starting at the red buff here. And let's just see how the lanes kind of play out. No lane swaps are happening just yet. Jay already charged up his stun on the Annie, and the level 2 burst coming in from BB as well as Jay is going to be quite potent. So let's take a look at how this bot lane is going to play out. Mid lane in itself, Aurel decides to stick in the lane. Is going to kind of pot up and already use his first potion. He will have to play quite defensively. Gragas is a melee champion up against Ziggs.
Right, and the other interesting part that we didn't really talk about just of yet is Vince is starting things off with the sweeping lane. So it just goes to show that he wants to play that aggressive jungler that he's very used to playing as well. So going for the sweeping lens early, deny vision away from Taipei assassins, that should allow him to jump into the fray a lot faster than he was before.
Yeah, and speaking about the early vision controls, we just saw one of the wards timeout right here. It's the trinket, the warding totem, but here we have an early level 1 ward come into this brush, and it's possible they're actually illustrating that Dinter might be coming from the gank. So God JJ BB, I would say one of the 2 keys to this match, and at the same time the mid lanes. And look at that, Morning's pushing up so extremely far. And there we have it, the flash coming in from Morning, satchel charge knocking Aurel back. Will Wins be able to hit the undertow? Yes, he does! Will this be first blood? It does seem like that might be the case. First blood goes to Wins.
And there we go with the TPS chance right there. And it was in a very timely fashion as well. We saw both the flash as well as the ghost go down, but the undertows were too much for Morning to handle. Did turn out getting spotted out by that trinket ward over there, so he would be effectively wasting some time there. And God JJ and Mystic might have just given the game away there because they are just playing it a little bit too passively.
There's no way God JJ and Mystic are going to risk playing so forward, especially when their lane is so pushed. So great zoning coming out, and look, God JJ says, I know you're there. Gonna throw a zap into the lane brush in itself. And knowing that Dinter was there the entire time, look at what Wins is doing. He just counter jungled the white camp. He's probably moving into the wolf camp at this point of time, or even possibly another gank in the mid lane.
I would love to see that happen as well, and that is what you need to do as an early game aggressive jungler as well. You want to revisit the lanes that has all these summoner spells down and just make sure that you stonewall the lane as much as possible. And Morning now, he is in a position where he might be able to escape, but Win's now collapsing onto him there.
Well, there we have it. Wins taking a few shots. One shot from Turner. Dinter comes in. Will Dinter be able to pick this one up? Yes, he does.
I love the crowd right now. They are so pumped for this game. And Dinter now with the right response there. He knew for a fact that Morning should be in danger, and just mirroring the movement of wins that guaranteed him that kill, and he in turn picked up that buff as well. So Oriel now is in a whole lot of danger there, being chopped down to about a third of his HP. Dinter and Morning will be happy to shove that lane out to put as much hurt onto that turret as possible and secure Morning's place right back in the mid lane. 5 minutes in, 7.1k to 6.8k, very close game so far. They're just going it back and forth, and this is the game that they want to win.
This is a game that both teams want to win, and it does seem that this new strategy coming out from TPA has been working, and I wonder when they formulated this strategy. This is definitely not a strategy to deal with TPS only, because if I get to see this kind of match, well, we may see a gank or a kill coming in. God, Jay actually uses the cleanse against Jay, but with his other backlights, Jay is in a bunch of trouble at this point of time. Gets the flash out, the undertow will hit BB, and they will just back off from that gank here.
Right, but I have to once again mention about Dinter. If you look at the minimap, he was just right around the corner to try to respond to that. Should Wins go any closer to that, and here we go with Taipei Snipers.
What a great ward over the top here. That's going to spot any sort of rotations coming in from Oriel, and look at the warding tokens being used to spot the roam out of Oriel. Oriel at level 6 is extremely potent, can use explosive cast for an immense amount of burst damage as well as the knockback.
That's right, and I'm looking at Taipei Snipers and the lineup.
Oh my goodness, Morning is in a bunch of trouble. But it doesn't seem like Oriel has that cooldowns to kind of follow it up, so it does burn the satchel charge away from Morning and tries to push him out of lane.
Right, I'm looking at the lineup here, and actually Archie taking a whole lot of damage from Zonda there. Right, looking at the lineup for Taipei Snipers now, Mistake playing on that Nami. We have always credited Mistake for being very versatile in his support champions. He could play many support champions.
I think very versatile is something that is quite an understatement. He has 2-0 on Annie, 2-0 on Morgana, 2-0 on Karma, and 2-0 on Nami, not counting today's games.
And so if you look at it in a way, you know, that Nami pick is pretty much to just secure some form of disengagement coming in from the team, to try to zone out the likes of Jax and the likes of Elise as well. And then you have all this utility building up with the ebb and flow, and then having the Aqua Prison as well, just will be able to lock someone down into place and then hopefully let God JJ pick up the kill. But in that sense, between both Jay, the support player for Taipei Assassins, and God JJ, they are both very bursty champions, whereas for Mistake and BB, a little bit different in terms of one is a DPS and the other one is more like a utility base. So I'm interested to see how eventually this laning phase will sort of move into the team fight phase and how these elements will interact with each other.
That's right, so I like this ward, deep ward here being placed by Oriel in his earlier trip into the jungle, but we do have Archie actually popping the Grandmaster's Might. Zonda does have that Dragon's Descent up and not much action happening so far, just the players trading back and forth in lane, so I kind of like what's going on here. Dinter goes back, gets the pink ward, the vision ward here in this brush, and clears that ward out. They're gonna push out, and there we have it. That Dragon's Descent being used, Archie nearly taken down there, and he manages to leap strike away from that one. So sorry, missed the action up there in the top lane, but we may see an early dragon or possibly even a lane gank coming into the bottom here.
Alright, look at Dinter once more, just right around the corner to try to respond to that. Wins is significantly more healthy and having more mana on his head as well.
Whoa, Dinter has no mana at all. He's going to use the repel and go over into the Golem Pit, but there we have Dinter getting chunked down so extremely low. The Super Mega Death Rocket is gonna miss, but Oriel still has his explosive cast coming in. Will he decide to use it? No, it doesn't seem like that's the case because Ziggs is actually pushing down in the mid lane and is gonna take that one out. They want to catch Morning. No, they don't want to catch Morning. Instead, they decide to respond in the form of Dragon. God, JJ doesn't his ultimate up, uses the Flame Chopper. That snipe coming in will not be able to do it. Smite instead will do it for Wins himself. You're not going to steal this Dragon away from the King of Teams himself, crowned in the GPL.
Oh, and Wins almost going down.
So low. Mistake. Barely enough mana. I think he might go down onto this one. One more Mystic shot is going to do it. The pink ward gets dropped down. and it doesn't seem like they will pursue onto wins. And once again, Archie and Zonda are going to duel it out in the top lane. It's going to be such an exciting lane. I don't know which lane to watch, Chris.
It's just action all across the board. So what happened there was that Dinter was taken so low, and just...
This is very dangerous. Jay has Tibbers up. The flash will be up in a few more seconds. The pink wall will spot out anyone. And there we have it, Jay moving in. The flash hasn't come out just yet. The Tibbers got JJ. The cleanse as well as the flash to get away from that one. So instant reaction. Dinter now in a little bit of trouble. Will need to use despite the repel to actually jump onto the minions and just get away from that one.
Right, so in the past minute as well, we did see Taipei Snipers take away the dragon. So that results in the goal lead here.
Yeah, that's right, and Dinter getting caught. Gets hit by 2 turret shots and forced to flash away. It was a very dangerous position for him to be in. And look at Zonda doing that dirty farming back here in the lane itself. And that's all Archie can do. He just needs to push out the lane. So both Jax and Shyvana are gonna just be happy farming behind the turrets in itself.
Alright, so we have a little bit of a breather here. Or maybe not. Morning's actually won a lot of his mana here, but nevertheless, I have to say, Morning, first time on Ziggs in the Garena Premier League. Have not played in the group matches, but in a sense, having very good performance in himself. And this is the pocket picks that we're talking about. Morning here, performing quite well. 88 CS.
Zonda meeting Archie up in the top lane. They're just kind of checking blows with each other. And Zonda's like, okay, I'm just going to recall here. Doesn't really matter.
That's right. So both teams still fairly equal across the board there. But Morning was able to somewhat bully Oriel out of the lane there, and then secure the mid lane.
Yeah, the stun coming out to JJ, and on top of that, it's going to be the ultimate coming in, and then the knockback will not hit because BB has actually kind of just arcane shifted over, and Jay would flash. Not getting knocked back by the explosive caster.
So BB will blow both his summoner spells and Jay as well. So the bottom lane duo for Taipei Assassins, they're a little vulnerable to the next oncoming gang in their direction. But it seems like they should be fine for themselves, especially for BB, because no matter what happens, he still has his Arcane Shift to try to get away here. And once again, we see the difference in items coming in now for JJ actually finishing up the BF sword. And for BB now, equal goal count as compared to JJ there.
Whoa, Zonda taken extremely low here. And then we actually have Dinter doing some counter jungling of his own. And we may see Morning as well as Dinter kind of collapse onto Zonda. Zonda is in an extremely dangerous position at this point of time. Will he be able to get away from this 3-man gank in the top lane? Let's see if they decide to dive the turret.
Wins is just right around the corner as well. We might see a full-fledged skirmish right here.
That's right, a 3-on-3 is going to happen very shortly. Wins is around the corner, as you said. We do have Oriel making his rotation now. They do spot him out, though. No, they do not spot him out, but I'm pretty sure they have a good inkling that he's just around the corner. The pink ward gets dropped down in the tri-brush, and that's just going to be a safe haven for Dinter at this moment. Zonda will blue pill back and Wins in a little bit of trouble. The leap strike and the counter strike will not be able to hit onto Wins. Wins is forced to pop his Ragnarok and is able to get away from that one. So Pentakill Olaf will live to drum another day.
I like that. I like that switch of analogy right there. And speaking of which, action once again up in the top lane. So both teams value this top lane turret a lot. And looking at Zonda right now, he is at about a third of his HP there. So
Oriel needs to be extremely careful here. He doesn't want to get caught out just because he wants to clear that pink ward. We've seen all too many players decide to stick around just to clear that pink ward, and in the end, it costed their team the team fight. And let's kind of take a look at the top lane and the bot lane that's going on. Both lanes are actually pushing against each other at this moment, at this point of time. Whoa, Oriel going out to Morning, dealing a huge bunch of damage. The Salto charge will not be able to actually allow it to escape.
Whoa!
And Morning! What was that?
Morning lives to tell the tale. And the TPA chant once again coming in from the crowd. And I have to say, I think this is not the first time that this has happened for Morning there.
I was sure that Morning was going down in that fight.
Wow, and in a sense, great unrest and great reaction coming in from Archie there to save his teammates' life, and he will be rewarded with the kill there. God,
wow, the speed up will actually go on. Whoa, my God!
What was
goodness! BB and that body block! Wow!
I have to say, man, the reaction time coming in from BB there to block out that Super Mega Death Rocket was just in a very timely fashion. He saw JJ charging up that Super Mega Death Rocket and without any hesitation at all, just used that Arcane Shift to shift back into place to save his teammate there. So one less death on the side of Taipei Assassins. But in turn, Taipei Snipers, they will take down the bottom turret on their own. So they will pull back the goal advantage to just 200 goal difference between both teams now.
Yeah, that's right, and they're in position to take the Dragon, which is now live at this point of time. We are going into the replay to take a look at that fantastic move in the top lane. So how does Oriel not survive that one?
Right, so Mori taking a whole lot of damage, explosive cast as well. The central charge is right around the corner to buy some time. Look at Oriel's life here, still at half health. And now Archie joins in the fray with the lead strike there to lock him down into place. And here we have both teams now fighting back-to-back at around.
Oh, the bubble gets caught. Dinsa gets caught in the bubble. JJ will get the stun up. He does cleanse and flash away. Great reaction timing coming out from the AD carry, or the marksman actually, of Azubu Taipei Snipers. It does seem that this positional advantage, chunking the entire team of the Snipers down low, will allow Taipei Assassins to get that Dragon, extending their gold lead to about 1,000 gold.
Right, but Zonda all this time had been left alone in the top lane. So he should be able to put a lot of pressure on this top lane turret. Sorry, not Zonda. Archie is coming right back up to try to save it. He has the Blade of the Ruin King completed on his own end, so he should be somewhat able to duel with Zonda quite effectively. But in that sense, with the Sunfire's Cape completed and that extra 20 CS in his pockets, he should be able to make something of the goal here. And it's quite important for Zonda to do so. We saw what exactly happened in game number 4 and how he managed to just survive through a lot of this burst damage coming in from TPA there. So if he can manage to just stay alive and get a few more tanky items up on slot, he will effectively be that human wall to, okay, maybe not human wall, that dragon wall that Taipei Snipers need to buy time for JJ to just shoot people down with the power.
Alright, let's kind of take a look. I know you've been talking a lot about Zonda as well as Archie in the top lane at this point of time, Chris, but I kind of want to focus on what the next objective is going to be. And if a 5-on-5 team fight breaks out, which we haven't seen just yet, what is going to happen? Who's going to win out in that team fight?
I think it's going to depend on Jay once more. A lot of responsibility will be on Jay's shoulders to land a good Tibber stun in the straight. If he is able to do so, then they should be in a position. And there we go, like I was saying.
My goodness, JJ taking a very low, juking out that one, but JJ will go down to BB. Wins is on the back foot, trying to put in Mistake taken out extremely low, but it seems that both Wins and Mistake will survive that one. JJ just completely got chain CC'd all the way to oblivion.
And they might not stop there.
That's right, Wins is forced to pop the Ragnarok. A great Aqua Prison coming in from TBS Mistake to lock down GPAJ.
Right, so BB will take down the bottom turret. So that's going to be the turret advantage coming in from TPA here. 3 outer turrets as compared to the one that Taipei Snipers built up for themselves. But in that sense, they will extend their goal lead. And less than 20 minutes, it's a very crucial factor to control Taipei Snipers because we are very used to seeing them go for fast pushes. But if they don't have the early game edge that they need, they won't have the items to try to transit that into the mid stage and to take more objectives down.
Look at the amount of coverage that Azubu Taipei Assassins have in this bottom half of the map here in the blue side jungle. They're just camping and they have no idea. The moment TPS makes one horrendous rotation through their own jungle, they're just gonna get caught out and completely decimated.
That's right. We are looking at the top lane now. Zonda just took down the second turret on the side of Taipei Sniper, so that will pull their goal lead back a little bit. But for the most part, TPA has been playing very, very well in their own sense. And once again, Jay being the initiator that he needs to be. In the game, in game number 4,
sweeping lens isn't going to clear out the ward that's there. The stealth ward still managing to keep itself alive and happy, trying to spot out any sort of rotation. But Mistake here, actually trying to run away from Dinter, pops the tidal wave, gets the Aqua Prison, gets sniped by that. True shot barrage and still managing to survive that one. Such a close kill. Nearly a kill there.
And I think Mistake would be very fortunate to count his blessings there because he just managed to pop one last charge of ebb and flow on himself before the true shot barrage came in, and that managed to keep him alive in that sense. But nevertheless, like I was saying, Jay pretty much being the initiator that he needs to be once more. You can ban out the Thresh, you can ban out the Leona, but you have to always remember about the little girl and her bear.
That's right, the Dark Child. Annie the Dark Child is always one of the highest priority champions coming into this game, and Jay has been doing an exceptional job of catching out God JJ. Burning his cleanse, coming back again when the cleanse is off cooldown, and getting a kill onto him.
My concern for God JJ in the late game is that you compare Ezreal to Jinx. Sure, Jinx has a lot of DPS output, and auto attack wise, I think Jinx is easily one of the strongest marksman champions to have. But in a sense, you don't really have a lot of reposition abilities.
Wow, look at that burst damage coming out from Morning. Mistake is taking out extremely low. A great Aqua Prison will be able to save his life. Mistake is still trying to get away from that one. Pops the Talisman of Ascension to gain that much needed speed boost to dodge the bouncing bomb.
That's a very close call for Mistake there.
Wow, Zonda, you're solely out of position. Will you go into Dragon's Swarm or decide to walk away with that one? The Tidal Wave will completely airball. Ditzer is forced to flash away from the Flying Dragon. Jay will actually manage to get in a stun. A great explosive cast coming in. Jay is in a bunch of trouble. The Super Mega Death Rocket will fly to no end. Now BB is in a whole lot of trouble at this point of time. Archie is coming in with the lead strike. He will not make it in time. He decides to go in. Oh my goodness. TBS playing such a fantastic game so far. He pops the Blade of Ruin King, and then we have O'Reilly flashing on the wall. Wins in a bunch of trouble right now. I don't think Archie will be able to get that one. God JJ needs to be careful because Archie will be chasing him down. He's the sole laner in the lane at this point of time, and he definitely cannot deal one-on-one or 2v1 against Archie and Morning.
Right, so that was a very awkward position for Taipei Assassins there. They got caught out by Taipei Snipers outright, and with that, Taipei Snipers are able to equalize the kill, even though Archie was able to pick up one final kill onto Mistake there for the most part. But with that said, even with all these kills being equalized, Taipei Assassins still has that goal lead just because of the extra turret that they pick up over Taipei Snipers. But the goal count once again very equal. As you see, Zonda getting jumped on.
Getting on out, and it does seem that Azubu Taipei Snipers will respond in turn. Dragon is now live. It does seem that the vision advantage will be going to the Azubu Taipei Snipers. Or actually, it's quite even now that I look at it. All of them have wards in the major entrance point. This pink ward, however, will not spot out the stealth ward that's right in the corner here. So that's a slight advantage coming in. TPA has already sounded Baron. The Tidal Wave will come in. Will just continue to aggro Baron, but a great Mega Inferno Bomb coming in. And there we have Archie trying to zone out Zonda as much as possible, and within that time the Dragon has fully reset. But the amount of damage that is actually coming up from the Azubu Taipei Assassin Squad should easily net them that Dragon. So another net win for the Azubu Taipei Assassins, extending their gold lead at this point of time once again to about 2,000 gold.
And I want to just say something about Morning right there. You saw that explosive minefield being laid out at that choke point. Very reminiscent of what happened in the Season 2 World Finals as well, just like a throwback to the past, because if you can control that choke point, you should be able to take down the Dragon with ease, which was exactly what happened. So with that awareness there, Taipei Assassins pick up the Dragon and they will extend the goal lead to about 2,000 at this point in time. But 24 minutes in, still a very close game. If Taipei Snipers can find that catch like what they did.
Whoa, we see the Timbers coming out of O'Reilly. O'Reilly in a bunch of trouble. Will use the explosive cast as well as the body slam to get away. Wins on the chase against JJ. Is forced to flash over the Wraithwall. And there we have it. It gets away. Both teams just poking each other. Morning throwing out the bouncing bombs at this point of time. And got JJ just sticking around. Wins as well sticking around to see if they want to poke their hits in the mid lane.
Oh gosh, both teams now just playing all so aggressively. I think every 30 seconds we should be seeing one engage from either one of the teams here.
This is such an exciting match. Let's take this moment of downtime to kind of take a look at the items.
The rare moment of downtime.
The rare moment of downtime. So let's take a look at the items coming in. So what we have on Archie compared to Zonda is that Archie has 2 damage items, both the Trinity Force as well as the Blade of Ruin King. Whereas Zonda has the Sunspire Cape and the Thorn Mill coming in, so he wants to really mitigate a lot of the damage coming out from Archie as well as BB. And let's move on to the jungle as well, because what we have here is the Aegis of the Legion just being picked up by Wins on Olaf, and we do have Spectre's Cowl coming in from Elise. That could either be into Banshee's Veil or the Spirit Visage to kind of mitigate some of the burst damage coming out from Oriel in itself.
Right. And the other position that I want to focus on is between Jay and Mystic as well. We see Mystic go for the immediate rush for Talisman of Ascension as compared to Jay prioritizing that Side Stone instead. And in a sense, having the Side Stone would help you in your pick potential here. As you see the Mega in front of him, down into the mid lane, that will clear out the way nice and easy.
Jay taking a little bit of hope from the zap there from God JJ, and it does seem that Azubu Taipei snipers want to force this mid lane engagement. There's no teleport or summon a teleport on either team, and let's just see who has the better siege potential, because BB definitely can poke away from afar, but if God JJ actually managed to get a few auto attacks with Pow Pow onto the turret in itself, it's good. It is definitely going to go down extremely quickly. We do have Zonda actually make the rotation onto mid lane, and let's just see where Azubu Taipei snipers decide to go. So God JJ recalling in the brush that's actually not watered. They move on to their blue buff, and they will not actually start it just yet, because Oriel is here in the bot lane to clear up all this minion wave and just to get some farm for himself. So the lanes are just going back to a farm class at this point of time. We do see the true shot barrage being fired off. They expected that Oriel might be doing his blue buff at this point of time, but a little bit too early there from BB.
Yep, but I'm looking at the items for Wins at this point of time. Picking up the Aegis of the Legion as well, we haven't seen that item for the most part.
I really like the Aegis of the Legion pickup because it gives the team the aura as well as that magic resist aura, and additionally it's upgraded to the Locket of Iron Solari, and it will help with the poke that's coming from Morning as well as BB. So if you can mitigate some of the poke, allow Morning and BB to put their skills on cooldown for that short window, 1 or 2 seconds, you can easily go in that point of time with full health, or at least not take that much poke and be healthy to go in for the engage.
Yes, the concern is for Wins if he's spending the gold in the most gold efficient item, because in that sense you'll be spending quite a bit of gold on that essentially a supportive item. So if you're able to somewhat negate some of the bursts coming in from Morning, or even from Dinter and Jay using that Locket of Iron Solari there, then definitely it's a win for you. But if you could invest that money in something like a Giant's Belt, or even into something like a Spectral Carl to have additional magic resist on your own end to be that front liner for your team, then I'll say that's not a bad buy either. But in that sense, the Locket has been bought down for Wins here. Let's see how that's going to change the team fights from now on.
Yeah, that's right. And if we take a look at both the top lane as well as the AD carry for the Taipei Assassins, they both have picked up the Blade of Ruin King as well as the Trinity Force. So that's going to give them an immense power spike in the mid game. And at this point of time, I do not think that Shyvana can deal, or Zonda can actually deal with Archie in the top lane, as they kind of duke it out 1-on-1 here. You see Zonda actually being forced back a bit against such a fed Nemesis Jax. In addition to that, I don't think BB will, or more like God JJ will be able to deal with BB because of the immense power spike that Trinity Force and Blade of Ruin King actually gives you compared to Bloodthirster and Static Shift.
We'll have to see how Taipei Snipers actually play it out from here, because Taipei Assassins at this point of time obviously has this huge burst damage coming in from Morning and Jay as well, and they do have the the items to try to close the gap as well with the Talisman of Ascension. And Archie now is just having all this free lane, okay, not really free lane farm, but all this lane farm up in the top lane, finishing up the Trinity Force as well as the Blade of Ruin King, similar to BB as well. He should be able to scale to become this duelist up to the 40-minute mark. We'll see how that pan out for themselves. But meanwhile, for Taipei Snipers, they are trying to desperately shove out this lane as much as they can, but because of all this wave clear, it's very difficult for him to do so. And Taipei Assassins, once again, going for this 29-minute Baron. We saw that in one of the games, and that off-tempo Baron attempt actually gave them a very good opening to catch Taipei Snipers off guard.
That's right, and that actually won them game number 3. So Azubu Taipei Assassins want to use that same, what you call that, strategy against their sister team, and it does seem to be working thus far, because what we have here is actually an engage onto Zonda, and then the Grandmaster Spike being popped, being dragged back here. Archie now, the one that has to run away, got JJ's onto the side. Will he actually hit the Zap? He does have the Super Mega Death Rocket, but that is not needed because the clip of the Undertow will allow them to pick up the kill onto Archie. And this may just open up Baron for Azubu Taipei Snipers.
Right, so it might be the attempt that Snipers are looking for, or just baiting out Taipei Assassins to look for the kills here. So at this moment of time, Taipei Snipers decide to regroup, go back into the mid lane, or possibly just move down to the Dragon because it is now live. So trying to get more goal advantages for themselves. So with Taipei Assassins looking to go back, it might be the time for Taipei Snipers to go in.
Yeah, picking up this Dragon now would definitely put Azubu Taipei Snipers in the lead for the first time. And there we have it. That slight 600 gold lead in favor of Azubu Taipei Snipers. They have yet to take down the mid outer turret though, but we have Zonda and Oreo hammering on the middle outer turret quite hard.
So Morning here, we always have to give credit to him. First time seeing him play that Ziggs in the Grand Premier League. 60 CS above Oreo at this point of time, and as we say that, Mistake and GodJ here and Vince take down the bottom lane second tier turret. That will push their advantages here to a good 1.2k, but still 30 minutes in, 1.2k is not going to mean anything at all.
That is right. All the members of the Azubu Taipei Snipers have a bunch of gold in their pockets. They need to go back to shop, get those core items. You look at what GodJJ just went back to pick up. Got the last Whisper. That's going to try to shred through as much of the armor that's actually non-existent at this point of time on the other side of Azubu Taipei Assassins.
That's right, so that last Whisper pickup might not be the most goal efficient item, but having that nevertheless should be able to help you shred through some of the remaining armor there. And Taipei Assassins once more going for this off-tempo Baron.
It's going to be very dangerous because O'Real has his ultimate up. Will he be able to do it? No, he doesn't. Wow, but a great amount of magic damage coming out. Archie should be the first one to fall. But there we have Zonda trying to go on to chase the Super Mega Death Rocket. Will be able to take him out. Got JJ now killing onto River. Gets excited. Wants to duel against BB. Cleanses away the stun, but it will be taken down by Jay. BB and Jay now on the chase. They take down both the AD carries. And it does seem that BB, it looks like he wants blood at this point of time. Zonda will use the burnout to try to get away as far away from BB as possible. Jay has the stun charged up. They want to collapse onto Oreo. Oreo, will you be able to get out of there in time? No, it doesn't look like that's the case. Oreo is in a bunch of trouble, and he will go down.
And what an extended kill over there. Just as we were saying that Taipei Snipers had that goal advantage, we will be going into the replay to see exactly what happened. So Taipei Assassins going for the ball move, and the gamble paid off for them as BB secured the last kill, the last hit on the Baron. And they were trying to burst Archie down, but it took quite a while there. He managed to escape with a slither of health. And Morning there, taking a whole lot of damage from GodJJ in the process. Super Mega Death Rocket will finish the job onto Archie there. Didn't surface up a kill on Witz. In the meantime, GodJJ will kill Archie. Double kill for him there. And here's the turning point. Jay drops the Timbers there that will turn the kill around for them. Double kill for Jay there, and BB will move on to chase for the last kill.
Yeah, that's right. And what you missed out there in the replay was that Jay just got completely decimated. Zonda went in with the Dragon's Descent. That's why you see Zonda now not having that Rage Bar, unable to use the ultimate at this point of time. And Azubu Taipei Snipers have all grouped up in the top half of the map, trying to take down the tier 2 inner turret in the top lane.
Oh, there we go now. Wiz jumping onto Dinta.
My goodness, Dinta taking a whole bunch of damage. Will be forced to repel. He's not going anywhere. He doesn't have his flash up. TPS will get the kill out of that one. So 2 free kills for them just because of bad positioning coming in from the Assassins.
And meanwhile, down at the bottom lane, Archie just shoving the lane out to the second tier turret. Will take the white cap out in the process. And I have to say, TPS now, even though they are down on their goal, they are still making very right calls here. And BB just poking away at Zonda there, so forcing him to take some damage. Got JJ.
Got JJ. He's gonna be very careful. The tidal wave coming out. Oh my goodness. What a snipe. What a snipe coming out from Morning. Zonda is in a bunch of trouble now. Will BB be able to chase this one? He does have the Trinity Force, the Last Whisper, and the Blade of the Ruin King. Zonda is an extremely tanky dragon at this point of time. It's gonna be quite scary, but not having the ADC is gonna allow TPA to kind of siege down this mid inhibitor turret.
That's right. So with the Baron buff on BB as well, he will be able to sustain through the poke here, but Aqua Prison coming in. Explosive cast. Zonda jumps into the way. He will pick up one kill there on the chase onto Morning now. Morning will back off.
Did you see how fast Jay got deleted in that fight? That Dragon's Descent in... oh, sorry, it wasn't the Dragon's Descent actually, but now BB in a bunch of trouble. Zonda here, a furious dragon, wants to go in for the kill. Morning has the blue buff, has the Baron buff. Dinta joins back into the fray. They would be able to take down this mid inhibitor turret. I do expect Azubu Taipei Assassins to back off from this one, but nevertheless, Azubu Taipei Snipers have to use 2 ultimates to try to pick off the support on the Assassins, and having 2 ultimates down in that team fight isn't really going to help a lot. Isn't really going to help Azubu Taipei Snipers at all in trying to win that team fight.
I can remember how JJ got deleted off the map with the Mega Inferno Bomb coming in from Morning there. He was at about a third of his HP, but he just went down to that ultimate there. That is one scary thought to be thinking about if you're JJ, right?
900 damage, magic damage, and the only defensive item that he had at that point of time was a Negatron Colt. He decided to build it into a Guardian Angel, so let's see if that investment pays off, because...
Not exactly over 9,000, but still packs a punch there.
It still packs a punch. So the pickaxe being the item of choice for BB. I wonder what he's gonna actually build it into. He has the Last Whisper, has the Blade of the Ruin King, as well as the Trinity Force. And speaking about Guardian Angel, we do have Archie picking that one up for himself too. So he wasn't gonna change the Giant Spell into something such as a Randuin's Omen, but decides to go straight for that Guardian Angel. Now we have Zonda getting caught out. Jay will definitely lay on the stun. Zonda in a lot of trouble here. He may be forced to Dragon's Descent over the wall. Archie is just onto the sidelines. O'Reilly poking his head in a very dangerous and precarious situation. BB is just on the flank. God JJ and Wins will join the fight soon. And here they are. They want to defend this tier 2 top turret on the side of Azubu Taipei Snipers. It doesn't seem like that's the case. They will back up from that one because the entirety of Azubu Taipei Assassins will be pushing in on this exposed inhibitor. It's already down to 2 turns health. Let's see what Azubu Taipei Assassins will do. Will they continue to push in? Will they engage? Will team fight break out? It's only a matter of time before we find out.
Right, and Dragon is now live as well. If Taipei Assassins feel like it's not a position for them to try to contest for the inhibitor, they could go for it. But it looks like Zonda is going to be taking a lot of damage out of that one. Will be healed up with the Chaos Crucible.
Ooh, BB gets caught out, gets hit by the Aqua Prison as well as the Zap. He does have the Arcane Shift to allow him to get away. But look at what Morning has done to this inhibitor. He has just sneakily walked in and auto-attacked the inhibitor to death. And now there's a huge minion wave pushing. The super minions will be spawning soon after this one cannon wave coming up here. And now it's surprising that Azubu Taipei Snipers are actually keeping the tier 2 top turret alive. Azubu TPA not that confident of going in because Baron will be up in 30 seconds, and a team fight loss at this stage of the game will definitely allow the opposing team to pick up a free Baron and possibly even end the game.
And the pathway has been opened for the victory for Taipei Assassins here. And ladies and gentlemen out there, if Taipei Assassins win this game, this will be the second time that they win the GPL trophy right here in the Garena Stadium as well. So that'll be a great feat for them. And speaking of which, they did take down the Dragon as well. So they will extend their goal lead to a good 4,000 at this point in time. And with Morning packing so much punch in all of his little bombs there, it should be quite a worrying sign for Taipei Snipers at this point in time.
I want to point out that Jay has a Void Staff in his inventory. Support Annie for Void Staff in his inventory.
Unconventional AP supports, maybe?
I don't know, but Annie's gonna deal a whole ton of burst damage on top of Morning's AP. This is quite scary for the Azubu Taipei snipers. It's quite obvious that the TPA will want to posture for Baron. Whether they do start Baron or decide to bait TPS into a Baron is a whole different situation. O'Real is actually along the side here. He wants to try to peek his head in as much as possible. But the lane at this point of time that's pushing out for the Azubu Taipei snipers will be the mid lane because they have to focus on that lane. That lane will naturally push into their own base due to the down inhibitor. And Azubu Taipei snipers actually feel like they got the better positional advantage. GPS mistake might be called out. The Timbers will not hit anyone at all. So that's one ultimate down for the side of Azubu Taipei Assassins. Zonda as well as Archie is actually still dueling it out in the mid lane. So it's a 1v1 in the mid lane and a skirmish might happen 4v4 in the jungle. The Zap will not hit anybody at this point in time. O'Real wants to go in. Got JJ switches to fish boats, getting the extended range to try to poke down the Azubu Taipei snipers. The Cocoon barely misses. Dinsa taken out extremely low. The Alpha Prison only gets the Spiderlings. All of them die at this point of time now. BB has the blue buff. Wins in a bunch of trouble. Wins will be taken down. I think he will. Wow!
Mega Inferno Bomb will take down Wins. Mistake now has to run for it. With the tidal wave, BB will secure the kill. Onto Mistake there. Archie flashes over the wall to get a stun on the God JJ. Guardian Angel gets popped as well. Looks like God JJ should not be able to escape this. 3 kills down for TPA. Morning fighting it out with Zonda there. And this central charge as well. Will we see Morning survive? He does! Shutdown goes down to Morning there. Killing spree.
Yeah!
Picks up the kill there. They're working on the Nexus turrets. The first Nexus turret goes down.
That's right.
O'Real there will be executed. Second Nexus turret goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions
for the GPL Winter Finals.
Taipei Assassins!
Taipei Assassins will win the winter season and beat their sister team in the Grand Finals. Took it all the way to a best of 5. And Game 4, TPS won in such a commanding fashion. We were all wondering how TPA will actually come back from this one, and they show why. They were the Season 2 World Champions, and now they're the champions of the Garena Premier League Winter Season Finals.
Look at the Taipei Assassins. They are just overwhelmed with joy, and I have to say in game number 4, they were completely destroyed by Taipei snipers, and you have to say in that sense that
Taipei snipers. My goodness, they must be thinking what went wrong in a team fight. And O'Real said in that best of 5 video, if you remember what he said, best of 5, we're going to a game 5. I only prepared for 3 games. So listen out there, summoners. If you're going to a best of 5, it's best to prepare for all 5 games. So O'Real may be thinking back or looking back twice at that video and said, man, I shouldn't have said that at all.
Maybe he just jinxed himself.
Maybe he jinxed himself. But what a fantastic set. In game 1, I believe, that was the game in which we saw Wins come in and steal the Baron underneath the noses of a Nunu and Gragas. That was such an epic game number 1. And oh my goodness, look at the
bromance.
The bromance, the sister teams.
Love.
And look at how happy each of them are. I mean, Azubu Taipei snipers would have loved to take the championship trophy back with them, but the biggest winner tonight, you have to still say it, is still the Azubu teams. Both of them make it to the finals. Both of them clinched the top 2 spots.
You got a little horse there.
Yes, I'm getting so excited. It was such a great series. Oh my goodness, the last game was so close.
I think this is the most fitting way to
end the season.
Yeah, to end the season. I mean, we had the longest running season with a whole lot of great matches, and in the season running as well. And finally, in this best of 5 series, we saw this coming back and forth, and Taipei Assassins, they were the ones to ultimately clinch the victory here tonight.
So we will be moving to the prize presentation ceremony at this point of time. So let's pass the mic back to Adam to kind of run us through the prize presentation.
Well, thank you very much, Chris and Will. Once again, let's give it up for the GPL 2014 Winter Final, the Azubu Taipei Assassins! Woo! Ultimate champion for this winter season GPL 2014. Now, of course, we have to give away some money. Let me please invite up on stage the Commissioner of the Garena Premier League, Mr. Jason Ng. All right, we'll start with third place. Third place is the AHQ Sports Club, the representative from AHQ. Can we have him up on stage, please? Third place winner walks away with $25,000 US. Next up, in second place, these guys fought bravely. One game up, they fought it to the wire, 2-0 in game 4, and all the way till game 5. They have fought bravely. Let's give a very big hand to the Azubu Taipei Snipers. Walking away with a total prize money of $40,000 US. Thank you very much. That was the Azubu Taipei Snipers. And of course, we have one more very important group to give our prize to. Obviously, once the world champions, GPL champions, season 1, season 2, and now season 4. Let's give a very big hand to the Azubu Taipei Assassins! Grand prize of $80,000 US! Once again, I present to you the champions of the GPL 2014 winter season, Azubu Taipei Assassins!
Maybe you add in.
So once again, that was the champions of the GPL 2014 winter season, the Azubu Taipei Assassin. It has been an amazing night all the way till game number 5. They won it 3-2. Now I will pass over to the captain, TPA baby, to give a small speech to our audience. Okay, Dinter will, okay, please.
其实，在昨天之前，我们从来没有想过要选蜘蛛。我们本来就是单纯的想要针对 Wins 把他所有的理性制作变掉。但是我在昨天，我跟玉宇说，其实，在停止与 TPS 练习的这2个礼拜，我偷偷练了大概好几十场蜘蛛。然后，但其实也没有在团练用过。但是 BB 他愿意相信我，所以我们今天就 ban pick 比较灵活，然后也拿到相对比较好的组合。 然后在前期带了很多风向，然后一路滚雪球，3场都是这样赢的，所以我觉得